with our runs, and I thought that our offensive line, tight ends blocked very well. I thought our quarterbacks ran the ball extremely hard. We had some great efforts out there, and it enabled us to be able to run the football that way.
Mike, I think receivers only caught 2 passes. I think Alvin and Ethan actually probably had the most targets. Was that part of the game plan to get those guys more involved?
Well,
or is it just the flow of the game?
We said going in that this was probably going to be more of a running back tight end reception game because of mismatches. I mean, everybody wants to talk about matchups. Well, we got the ball to guys in matchup situations and we won. That doesn't mean our receivers can't win or anything, but by alignment, by how they were lining up against our backs and tight ends, we had the leverage, and so we were going to do that, and that's why we did that. So that's, you look at matchups, you look at leverage. That's a big thing, and the leverage was in that game was to get the ball to our backs and tight ends.
Mike, do you sense any frustration from those receivers, and how do you get a 18, 19, 20-year-old to buy in to say, hey, you might not get a lot of balls, this is a tight end wide receiver?
Well, again, you don't know that going in, but I'm sure the receivers are probably a little frustrated. I mean, if I was a receiver, I would be too, because they're competitors. They want the ball. Everybody wants the ball, and that day's coming. So we're going to get the ball to them, and I told them that today. And so, that it's what happens in a game.
You look at Arkansas, and they've given up a lot of passing yards. Why do you think their teams have been able to take advantage of that?
Well, they'll play both man and zone, and it's just people in space making plays, and so that's what's happened.
In reference to the passing game, how well is Josh Dobbs seeing the field? It looks like he's missing some open wide receivers.
Well, if you sit up in the stands and you see a receiver open, you might think he's open, but that might not be even in the progression of him. A quarterback never goes back and sees the entire field and goes, oh, that guy's open over there, or that guy's open over there. He has to go through his progressions of throwing, and so he's going through his progressions, and we feel like he's a great progression quarterback. And so, again, people can sit up there and go, oh, that guy's open. Well, that might have been on the opposite side of where we were throwing the ball. So, that's just part of it.
Mike, when you guys engineered that drive that finished the third quarter and took 4+ minutes off the fourth quarter, did you think you would control tempo and that was maybe going to be the key score to let you guys get out of there with a win?
Well, no, I thought, you never know how many scores you're going to have to get and all that. I just thought that was a drive of execution. I mean, I thought that, people, whoever had the football, they did a great job of getting the ball up the field and making guys miss. And I thought our linemen did as well of a job of blocking the second level that we've done all year. I mean, guys were downfield getting on linebackers and stuff like that. So it was a combination of a lot of things.
Is that strictly, when you score there, is that communication between you and Butch on 1 or 2 and what to do there?
Well, we have Mark Elders up in the box and myself, and we're talking to Butch, and that was a decision based upon time, and if it was less time, then we would have gone for 2. But with that much time left, basically, you do normally go for 1. And I've been in that situation before, and that's exactly what we did before too. So, it's a decision that you make at that time. You don't know what's going to happen 11 minutes later.